Hi everyone, welcome back to another live on my little Facebook group, Smithy's Crafty Stamping Club, and I'm just coming on to do a little project. I will have the comments up, so if you're here, say hi. If not, I will just Trojan on. Can't speak today. Need my bed already, and it's only 4 o'clock. So yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm trying to destash all the gifts and stuff that I have that I've been meaning to package up and gift away, blah blah blah. So I'm starting off with pencils. I do have a box that holds 2 of these pencils with a motivation on it. However, I have lots that I've got the rubbers on the end, and these are slightly longer, so I've created a new box. So I did all my designs and workings out, so I'm going to try it while I'm on this live. I just need to find the live video on the group so that I can see if there's any comments or what have you. But nothing's coming up. They've got all these beautiful projects by people. Now, am I in the Crafty Stamping Club group? Yes, I am. So where is my video? Okay, I'll need to bash on just now with no comments at the minute. I'll leave that open there. So, I want a box that'll hold 3 pencils. So, here's the pencils. So, they'll be in a little triangle like that. It's going to be a square box, well, a rectangle box. So, what you want to do is cut a bit of paper, or card rather. Cut a piece of card down to 3.5 by 9.5. Okay, and on the short side, we're going to score it at 3/4. So get your blade out the way. Still can't see me live, so I can't comment at the minute. 3/4, 1.5, 2.25, and then 3. So that gives you the 4 sides of your box plus 1/2 inch for your glue tab. Long side at the top, you want to do 3/4 because you want it the same width as the each edge. Then we want to do 8.25 and then 9. Still can't find this video. 8.25 times and then also 9. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up all the little what do you call them, score lines. So the one that's got just one score at the bottom, you want to take away this little rectangle part there, okay? Now this thinnest bit here is going to be the glue tab. So if I just fold and burnish all these scores just now, and this is Highland Heather that I'm using, and I'm going to be using some of the gorgeous Perennial Lavender DSP. Now this is really, really thick card, so you need to give it a good burnish, alright? So the bit at the bottom that's only got one score line, that's going to be the base, and then here we're going to have the lid. Okay, and it's still going to be a little tucky in lid. So what we want to work out is when it's closed, which one we want to join at the back, okay? Like so. So we need, let me see, well, if I put it that way, I'm trying to figure out which bit will be the lid, but I know what to do. I know what I'm going to do. So I am going to cut away this other piece here, because you don't need that. Because obviously when we're going to fold the box in, this is a glue tab. You can do this at 1/4 inch if you like, but I'm just doing 1/2 inch to keep my brain flowing easy. So what we're going to do now is we are going to make this middle one the actual fold over lid section. So we do not need this bit here. You want to cut that straight across. Don't wedge that piece. Okay, these 2 bits are going to be the little flaps. So you want to cut them in half. Then we're going to cut right the way up here through the 2 score lines, like so. Now, whenever I do these little flaps for these types of boxes, I always seem to cut them squint. Don't know why. Right, so you will see, once we put that on there, that will close over. Now, if it's overlapping, you need to cut them down further. So let's do that just now. And I am going to take a tiny little wedge off of each side of those bits. I have the heating back on. I have the little electric fire on beside me, and I am still freezing. Right, so let's see how that fits. So this will tuck in here. Now, obviously, this is the same width, so we'll want to curl the edges and just take a small little bit off. So a tiny little curve than a wedge. Just the smallest. And don't overcut it, because once you overcut it, there's no going back. But when we do this, we want to just play around. You could do this when the box is finished. So what I need to do is a little bit more wedge off of those little flaps, because it is preventing the actual lid from going in where it should be. Right, I think that's it just now. I'll do the finishing touches on the wee lid once I've got it all together. Okay, don't forget to cut up your score lines for the base, like so. So when that's built, you're just going to glue these 4 bits over like so to give you a nice base. Just a nice size. Nice size. I think it might just be over the thickness for by the time you package it up, maybe slightly over the large letter size. Let me see if I can find this live video yet. I don't know what's going on with my phone. So, right, so it looks like I am in the Crafty Stampin' Club group. That's brilliant. Because it says private group at the top, which means I haven't accidentally went live on my personal profile. Okay, now we need 1, 2, 3, 4 layers for the sides of the box, and 1 for the top, and I do want 1 for the bottom as well. So these, I am making them, these are 3/4 by 7.5. So I'm making these 1/8 of an inch. So 1/8 of an inch smaller, so it'll be 7 5/8 by 3/8. Now I already have some of these cut. 1, 2, 3. No, 5/8. So take that back. 5/8 by 7 3/8. And all we're going to do is pop them on each of the sides. Now, to stop confusing myself, now I've already pre-cut those. I'm going to attach my tearing tape just now. If you've got thicker tearing tape, use that, that's fine. But sometimes I just like to use not 1 but 2 layers of my Stampin' Up tearing tape, because it's so good. And it's easy enough to get these off even though it's overlapping. So just let me do that. Get that away. Come on, away you go. Stuck to my finger now. Right, good burnish for this. Am I still in shot? Yes, I am. Good, good, good. Hope everybody's well. Now, I've kept these the right way up. They are not following a pattern because of the way I cut it, but it doesn't matter. So, we need glue now, and I'm going to get a little sip of my cup of tea. I've tried it drinking a few extra coffees today, but it's just not sitting well with me. They're not giving me the, it's not giving me the satisfaction a coffee normally does. and I don't want to go down the route of sweetened, kind of like pre-made lattes and things like that, because I'm trying to lose a little bit weight. Well, I've got quite a bit of weight to lose, because apparently that's what is restricting the power of my lungs, according to my big asthma test. Right, so I'm just applying 4 strips down the 4 sides. Give it a good flatten out. Oh, I can't believe how creative I've been this week. Despite being, whoops, pretty exhausted with my ME and what have you, I just can't get a heat in me. It really feels like, I know when my ME is really bad, because it feels like I've got a pounding headache that feels like a hangover, and then my bones are all sore, and I just ache from head to toe. But luckily today, I'm not at the stage where I can't speak, so I am taking full advantage of being, I'm going to put the lid in the bottom one last, taking full advantage of being able to speak and yap. So I thought I'd come on and do a live. Now, when it's a box that's all equal sides, there's an easy way to glue it together, such as this. Okay, and that way we know it's lining up good and proper. So I'll just take the top backing off first, like so, and then I'll take that underneath one on, and then when we close the box, that'll flatten nice. So we're going to close the box, and I haven't even checked if the 3 pencils fit. I've just gone by my measurements, so we shall see. Perfect. Now let's test this. Oh, that's good. Now if you've got a small hole punch or something like that, you can take a little half moon out of there so people know where to open it up. Should have done that before I stuck it all together, but never mind. We learn from our boo-boos. So I'm just going to glue all 4 pieces on the bottom like so. Hold it for a second. I'm going to test that it fits my 3 pencil. Oh, I'm going to get 4 in there, that's perfect. 4 even better. Perfect, so I can get 4 pencils. Now I'm just going to push them down just to give the bottom bit of the box some extra weight. Oh, this is good. Okay, and then we close the box. Perfect. Now, if I use, I wonder if this might be too thick to go in. If I use a hole punch like this. Yes, that worked. Where there is a will, there is a way. It's always good to have a half moon there because people know where to open it up. Yay! Brilliant. Right, okay, let's stick the top and the bottom on. So these are 1/8 shorter than, too much glue on there, 1/8 of an inch shorter than 3/4, which is 5/8. Now you can, if you like, take this a step further, and you've probably seen me doing it. I think it was last Christmas I done hanging pencil boxes. So in here, what you would do is punch a hole, put some ribbon through, stick it down, put a layer over it in here. Maybe I should do that actually. And then you can hang it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, but I'll need my crocodile. I'll show you exactly what I mean. In fact, no, I'm not going to do that because it'd mean I want it to be sideways so I can get sentiment. But you could punch a hole in here, put ribbon through, tie the ends here, we'll put them flush with glue, put a matte layer on, and then you've got a little hangy thing. Gorgeous. Or you can simply just put ribbon around the lid, close it, and then tie it with a wee bow. I think that would be cute as well. Fabulous. Right, let's see if I've got any sentiments that I could maybe use. It's just nice as it is, isn't it? It's really nice as it is. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'm going to use my bee punch, which is still available. I'm going to use some of the scrap pieces from cutting that up. I'm going to punch out some little hearts to decorate the box. Oop. And I think I will do it upright, so I might add some ribbon in there. But let me punch out some of these. I've got another little piece here that's kind of scrap. Oops. Out you come, Jeffrey. There we go. So, yep. Boop. Another one. Let's see. How cute are they? That looks like a little mini book. Wee mini card. That's adorable. Right. Let's get some more nice plain toppers for this. Oh, spring. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I did feel a change in the weather today. Slightly, although it was frosty this morning. The sun came out a little while and I thought, it's almost like spending time in your garden time. We'll get there though, we'll get there. Hello everybody, if you're joining, I'm sorry I can't see any comments. Don't know where my live went. Can't see it in the group for some reason. It's really strange. Really strange that I can't see it in the group. Weird. Anyway, I am going to download this afterwards and put it on YouTube for those that aren't in the group. Right, now, let's do this. Let's add a little hanging piece. Now, the only reason I'm using my crocodile is because it is, I want a slightly bigger hole. So, all I want to do is, she says, to punch a hole in the middle of my lid. I'll just use a little hole actually, there we go. So we're going to feed some ribbon through there for a little hanging bit, and then we're going to stick it down here, and then we're going to hide that. This comes in handy for things like this. I only usually use that when I'm doing albums and things, which I haven't done in absolute months. Right, now for some ribbon. Now, didn't think about this. What colour of ribbon should I use? I'm going to use this. Now it is quite a big ribbon, but it's just beautiful. So let's see if I can feed it through without ripping this little hole. If not, I do have thinner stuff. So if I can sneak that through, it's going to look fab. Oh yes, good, good, good. Right, so decide on the size of your little loop. If you're using scissors to do this, watch you don't actually catch it. I think that will do. Right, so that's it there, and it's not going to move because it is thick. Right, so get my other little scissors. I just want to cut it down. I might need to cut a little bit more off. There we go. Okay, now what I want to do, it is going to be a bit bulky, but I don't mind. The lid's still going to shut. I'm going to pop some double-sided tape around the edges of that, and then when I remove the ribbon, not the ribbon, when I remove the backing, she says, oops, when I remove the backing, it'll be able to stick. maybe I shouldn't have used such a thick ribbon, but it's going to look pretty when it's finished. So one bit there and another bit here. I think that'll do. So let's peel off the backing like that. Oh, it's very footery. Such a small space. You could do this part before you actually do the box, like before you build it. As you know, I like to do things at the last minute. I'm just going to put that side there. I'm going to pop this side over here. Press it down right good and proper. Get rid of any fluffy bits that you might see. This ribbon does fray, but it's easy enough to kind of trim up, so. And like I say, we're going to put a little, this is a bad ribbon to use for this, such a small space. We are going to use, there we go, that's a bit better. We're going to use a little bit of card over that to hide it. Right, so it needs to be just under 3/4 of an inch, just like the width of the box. So let me trim this off. Right, so just under 3/4. Aye, just under 3/4, like so. Fab. So that is going to go on there basically. Right, so I'm going to take a little extra bit off so it definitely fits. Now you can put foam on this if you like, or you could put more tear and tape. I am going to try and do more tear and tape because I like making things harder in this little space that I've got. Oh dear. So just put a couple of bits over, another bit over here, press it down good and proper, and then we're going to peel it back. She says, and I've got lots of these tear and tapes, you know, like when you've got extra supplies and then you forget where you've put them. That's why it's always a good idea to have a clear out or a reorganisation of your craft space from time to time, so that it rejigs your memory as to where all these wonderful goodies are. Right, so I'm just popping that on there, like so. Ta-da! Right, I want to bring this down and close it over again. Oh, look at that. That is super pretty. That is super pretty. Right, I need a sentiment that I can cut up and put little words down here, and then we're going to decorate it with the little hearts. So let's see. Now I want quite a straightforward block type sentiment. This looks nice. You are amazing. No, I want something smaller. In fact, I know what I'll do. I have a sentiment set that has happy birthday up and down the way. And I just seen it yesterday when I was doing a live. Just give me a second while I find it. I think it's the So Sincere. There we go. This one. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, and I haven't used this one yet. That is terrible. I thought I had used that. Right, so we're going to have to put this on the cling, just like the last video. Right, will that fit on there? Right, fab. So what you want to do is you take your cling sticker off, the full thing. Okay, so not the backing. Make sure you take the full thing off, like so. You're going to pop that on a block. you're then going to peel back the backing because it's sticky on both sides. Okay, make sure your sentiment is the right way round, and then we're going to use this as a guide to place it on perfectly. Now I need to put this closer to me though. Oh, there we go. I think that's pretty much perfect in my eyes. That'll do me, thank you very much. Right, piece of white. And we'll get away with white because there is white in this here. But what I haven't got is gorgeous grape ink. However, there's pretty peacock green in here, so I'm going to go for pretty peacock for a little pop of colour. Pretty peacock, where are you? And I am going to turn off my fire because I'm rosy cheeked now. Yep, my cheeks are all rosy now, so I am more than warmed up. Right, so let's stamp this. Oh, love it. I love it. Look how juicy that is. Let me see if I can see this live yet. Because I feel like I'm just talking to myself. I don't understand why my video isn't showing up in the group. For me. Strange. Strange. I'll see all the comments after and I'll comment back, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so. Now this paper is just beautiful. If you're just joining, it's Perennial Lavender. Oh, I like it. Squeaky clean, as they say. Okay, so I really must go through these and put that back in there and get the clings on the back of them. I think I'll do that later. So yeah, lots of gorgeous colours in this designer series paper. So it's an annual catalogue item. Right, let's snip, snip, snip the sentiment off. So we're just going to line it up there. I need a little bit more off of that. It looks a bit squint, doesn't it? I will fix that once I've cut it down smaller. Right, so I'm going to do 2 words. So we've got the happy and we've got the birthday. Now I am going to cut this down so it's thinner. Just want the smallest little border. That's good. And now we do the same to the happy. Because I'm happy. Always think of that happy song when I see a stamp like that. Right. Now you can layer this up. Look, I'm all inky. You can layer this up if you want on purple. Do you think I should do that? Yes, I do. I just talked myself into it. So just a little bit of wet glue. Whoops. I went to put some washing in the tumble dryer earlier, only to discover that I hadn't actually turned the washing machine on. So it's just washing now. It's been in the washing machine since goodness knows what time this morning. Better late than never, though, they say. I'll just leave that to set a little second. I'll get a little drink of my tea. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. I can genuinely say I am warming up now. Right, so just cut this by hand. Sometimes it's easier when it's such a tiny little layered sentiment. Nice. I think that's really pretty. This would look nice with the flowers on it as well. Right. Now I am going to pop them up with the dimensionals. In fact, let me use my foam adhesive strips, which are perfect for long sentiments and things like that. Right, now, I'm just going to use the edge because I don't need a full strip. So if I just cut there, and, oh, it's went back into the bag. These last absolutely ages, folks. You have 40 strips plus the outer piece. So these do last a long time. So I'm just going to cut this down. I think that's only the second packet that I have opened since becoming a demonstrator. Yeah, I do need another little bit on there. They're good for shaker cards. Lots of stuff for mounting up frames on your cards, things like that. If you're in a rush and don't have time to do all the wee foam dimensionals individually, just make sure it's pushed in good. These are slightly thicker than the dimensionals themselves. So if you want that extra bit of height on your toppers, etc., you could use this. Now I'm going to put it on the wonk, like that. Or do you think I should put it straight? I think I'll put it straight actually. So, happy. And I'll do birthday down here. Perfect. Now, I am going to use our mini dimensions now for the little love hearts. Get some of these stuck on. It's good having punches to hand, especially ones like this that have got little hearts or other little shapes on them, because it saves you getting out your die cutting machine. And often we forget that we can use our punches for little elements like this. I don't know if I'll need all 6 of these, but I will pop them on the backs of them anyway. So cute. The main point for this is to not only show you the lovely products, but to show you how to create a box for gifting. Some pencils, not like that. Put one in the middle. I know the spacing isn't equal between them, but that's all right. And I think I'll put 2 at the bottom. Look how fab this is turning out. I like it. I like it when the end result's pretty. Okay. I am going to Wink of Stella these little hearts as well. Let me pop those spares to the side. Let's get rid of all this gum. Right, Wink of Stella, where are you? So, let's do this. Thank you to everyone who had a little shot of the little mini box that I had done yesterday on the live. You know, the little box that holds a little soap. Thank you to those that had a wee go of that. I think it was Cheryl, Amanda and Karen D. I appreciate it. It's nice to see what you guys, your take on the projects are. Right, I'm going to go around the edge. I'm glad I don't have to hold this tight because I have literally hardly any grip. I find it really hard to do handwriting now. I think the strength is away in my fingers just because they're so sore. Look how swollen they're getting. I mean, that's my husband's wedding ring. Crazy. I used to be a kid size key on my smallest fingers. Not anymore. I'm sure I'm actually up to a P or something like that. And there we go. Isn't that fab? Oh, and look, spot the error. I put these on the wrong side. They should have been on the front. But you know what? That's okay. No one's going to really say, oh. See, we all make boo-boos as long as we laugh at ourselves. But I think that looks quite nice. And it's got 4 pencils in it. 4 pencils. So you'll get 2 of these boxes out of 1 sheet of A4 card. That is a little template there. So it's 3.5 by 9.5, and then we score at 3/4 increments. Then on the long side we score at 3/4, and then we score a half in, and then 3/4 in again. So yeah, I will type up a tutorial at some point, but if you want to make this, just go back, rewind to the start, and you'll get all of the measurements. But how cool is that? I'm going to have to make about 10,000 of these to get rid of all the pencils that I've got there for putting in gifts. Might be here a while. Right, folks, I'll go just now, and I will see you later on. Chirrimorori.